President and Chancellor Brother Raimundo Suplido, Vice Chancellor Teresa Yochico, distinguished faculty, parents, and the graduating class of University of St. La Salle Bacolod 2013-2014, greetings to you all. It is a great honor for me to be addressing you all today as you embark on your onward journey to pursue careers you've dreamt about for the past 4 years. I really would have wanted to be there in person, but instead this message is recorded more than 10,000 kilometers away from Vienna, Austria, where we are now coming into spring. I mention this in passing because spring to me has many things in common with this event. Spring is the season of new beginning, and much like graduation, it ushers in a new chapter or a new season in our lives. In early spring, the predominant colors are green and white. Green as new leaves begin to sprout, and white in the blossoming flowers of the trees. And as everyone in this auditorium knows, green and white are also the colors of La Salle. From this day onwards, these are the colors that you will carry with you as graduates of this fine institution. From now on, you will be called La Salle Alumni. That is a title you can all be proud of, as I am more than 30 years later. To be candid, this is my first commencement speech ever. When I received the letter with the message to give the commencement address to the class of 2014, I did what probably most of you would do in this case. I Googled it. The result, coming back in about 0.25 seconds, was a staggering 71 million records. The top results included links to notable graduation speeches from luminaries such as Winston Churchill, John F. Kennedy, Russell Baker, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and J.K. Rowling, to mention a few. Going through a couple of them, one thing immediately became clear to me. There was absolutely no way I could top any of those speeches. Thus humbled, I resolved to do the next best thing, which is to show and share some of them with you. This is from Winston Churchill, Harrow School, 1941. Never give in. Never, 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 never. In nothing great or small, large or petty. Never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. John F. Kennedy. No problem of human destiny is beyond human beings. Man's reason and spirit have often solved the seemingly unsolvable. Russell Baker. Listen once in a while. It's amazing what you can hear. Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Stay hungry, stay foolish. The life lessons and advice these wise men impart are as valid today as when they were first delivered. So I urge you to take the time to read some of these speeches and commit their lessons to heart. Among all the nuggets of information I found, however, one phrase stood out for me, and I quote, "Commencement speeches are one of the great collegiate traditions and the last lesson students get before entering the real world. Thus it seems my main role for today is to give you that final lecture of the year before we send you off to the big wide world. But as college students, I'm sure you perfected the art of sleeping through video presentations. So I promise you one thing. This lesson will be short and sweet and hopefully interesting enough to merit your undivided attention. Dream big and work hard. That is probably the most common piece of advice given to graduating students the world over. You yourselves may have heard the same words repeated time and again from well-meaning teachers, parents, and friends, for a reason. Every success story, when stripped to its basic form, requires these two things. It begins with a dream, a desire, an ambition to achieve something or be somebody. A doctor, a lawyer, a successful businessman, a famous politician. There are hundreds of such dreams in this hall right now, blossoming in the hearts of all the graduates seated here, and in the hearts of your family and friends watching by the sidelines. But grand as they may, these dreams will never become reality if you don't roll up your sleeves and work hard and diligently at them. So I encourage you, dream big and work hard, class of 2014. That is how careers are made. And to this, I have 3 other lessons to add from my own perspective and from personal experiences. Lesson number 1, you've already got what it takes to succeed. As freshly baked USLS graduates, you are among the lucky ones. Today, you receive your diploma. That diploma symbolizes the successful conclusion of 4 or more years of education in your chosen field. In short, you're college graduates now. More than that, you're college graduates from the University of St. LaSalle. LaSalle prides itself in giving its students an excellent education. It has a long and inviolable record in producing graduates who rise to the top of their professions and are recognized leaders in the community. Why? Because LaSalle is committed to give its students not just an excellent education, but an excellent education with a soul. We call that soul or spirit our animal, the credo every LaSallian strives to live by. It is the spirit that stresses belief in self-worth, belief in God, and belief in service to others. It is the spirit, the animal, that keeps us resolute in the face of huge challenges and obstacles. When I left the Philippines in 1986 to pursue my fortunes in Austria, I had less than $100 in my pocket. I could not speak the language and had no prospect for a job. But I had other things going for me: the knowledge in my head, a dream in my heart, and a willingness to face anything coming my way. 30-odd years later, I can state with some candor that I have done okay for myself. I've had a fulfilling international career in a Nobel Peace Prize winning organization that contributes to world peace and security. I've traveled the far corners of the world. I live in a beautiful European city with a worldwide rating for the best quality of life. I've sent my daughters to the best universities in London. And as added bonus, there's a luxurious German-branded automobile parked in my garage. But take away all these trappings, and the same young man who graduated with a high school class of 73 still remains, albeit a bit weathered and wise with the years. And I see that man mirrored in the faces of so many of you today. Young, knowledgeable, idealistic, with big dreams and a readiness to take on challenges, big or small. Stay that way. With that attitude, backed by a world-class education from LaSalle, you've got all you need to take on the world. Lesson number 2, be open to new ideas, new opportunities. Never stop learning. 10 or 20 years from now, chances are that some of you will be working in careers that do not even exist today. The rapid changes in technology and the ever-expanding connectivity of people and devices through the internet are bound to create new opportunities for the more enterprising among you. So do not be stuck inside your box. Stay inquisitive, be open-minded, and be ready to grab the right opportunity when it comes your way. Allow me to share with you an example from my own experience. When I began my career at the International Atomic Energy Agency in late 1988, we only had one computer in the office. It was a Wang word processor located in a corner that almost no one knew how to use. There were no desktop computers to speak of, no laptops. We did not have email, no internet, no World Wide Web. Twitter wasn't even invented yet, or Facebook. Fast forward to 1992, and by chance a friend gives me a copy of a computer application called Mosaic. I was already then fiddling around with Gopher, Bitnet, Usenet, because I was becoming fascinated with this new way of connecting computers with each other. Mosaic was the first graphical web browser, and it literally lit a bulb inside my head. While it does sound a bit melodramatic now, Days later, I went into my boss's office to convince him that the World Wide Web was the future and we should get on it. Luckily, he agreed. Several months later, we had built and published our first website, one of the first in the UN system to go live. The rest is history. Thinking outside the box, embracing new concepts, grabbing the right opportunity, sealed my career at the agency. Today, our website is $1 million operation employing hundreds of people. But I always look back to those early pioneering days of the web with some nostalgia and pride. Lesson number 3, give back and give often. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. That is a favorite quote from one of the smartest people to have ever lived. He celebrated his birthday just last week on 14th March, and he would have been 135 years old. That man was Albert Einstein, a genius who many of you may know through his theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. But Albert Einstein also had a less-known theory and formula about success. He said, if S is success in life, then S equals X plus Y plus Z, where work is X, Y is play, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. There is indeed a direct correlation between success in life and the concept of giving back. Success is much sweeter when it is shared and more meaningful when it benefits others around us. For it is in giving that we receive, so goes the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. And I personally have made it a life's goal to give back to the community as much as I have received. This is a source of personal satisfaction. And finally, I quote another inspiring personality, Mother Teresa, who left us with this message. At the end of life, we will not be judged by how many diplomas we have received, how much money we have made, how many great things we have done. We will be judged by, I was hungry and you gave me to eat. I was naked and you clothed me. I was homeless and you took me in. So to you, dear graduates, wherever you find yourselves a month, a year, or 10 years from now, keep your dreams alive. Stay true to yourselves. Remain curious and open-minded. Above all, be generous and give back whenever you can. I wish all of you the successful realization of your dreams and aspirations. Thank you. Good afternoon. And leave the animal.